What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the spot where we kick back and react to all kinds of different things. Alright, so what we got going on today? We're about to check out ERB, well, the making of the Henry Ford versus Karl Marx behind the scenes making of video on their second channel, ERB2. I always love watching these. I've always been a person who likes to watch like the behind the scenes on how people do stuff. It's honestly where I learned a lot of the tricks that I do when I'm doing my creative videos on TikTok or something else. You know, you watch the greats do it, you learn how to do it yourself, you know? And then at this point, I just really love watching. I love what creative tricks or what they did to get around this or that. Sometimes you run into crazy hurdles and you got to come up with creative solutions. And that's always interesting to me. So let's go ahead and get into this one. See what they got on here. See just how they put together this amazing battle, because it was fire. Absolute fire. And I'm pretty sure everyone can agree. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. Let's go.
Welcome to the behind the scenes for Henry Ford versus Karl Marx. Oh.
3, 2, 1.
With the pipes. Whoa. Nah, it's apparently limestone.
I swear they look like they be having so much fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but you work with people that you like, doing something that you love, it feels less like work and more like just, you know, even though it is lots of work, you know?
Okay. Welcome to the behind the scenes of Henry Ford versus Karl Marx. My name's Nice Peter. With me, as always, is Epic Lloyd.
Right? It's good to be back.
And the rest of our
good to have you back.
crew.
And his new haircuts. Ooh, Keanu. Whoa. All right, John's new haircut. You guys went different directions.
We're having a good time making battles in kind of a slightly new way. We're trying to do more ahead of time. So as I make this video, sit down to talk about how we made Henry Ford versus Karl Marx, it's not finished yet. Usually we're making this kind of video like scrambling right before it's supposed to come out like tomorrow. But in this case, it's in post, we're taking our time with it, and we're already working on one that's 3 from now.
Nice. I like that. You know, sometimes you got to change it up a little bit. Because one thing, as a longtime fan, we all knew, like, they would do one, get it out there, and then they start working on another one. By having other ones in production, they'll be able to roll them out a little faster. So I'm really excited for this season. Really excited.
Karl Marx versus Henry Ford has been a suggestion that's been around for a long time. I think about a year ago, we ended up putting out an audience poll on our YouTube community page that you guys all voted on. And by far, the overwhelming response was Henry Ford versus Karl Marx. Hey, hey buddy. Hey. I always thought it was a little bit dry, but I was pleasantly surprised at how interesting and colorful these characters were once you sort of dove into them. We've been doing a lot of pop culture lately. We did the Johns, and then we did Indiana Jones and Lara Croft, and we really needed a little bit of history. Straight up history. And what could be more historical?
Got to get back to your roots. Got to get back to your roots. It used to be always at least one of the characters would be a historical figure, even if they were battling a fictional character. Just like the epic OG of OG battles that got them on the map, Vader versus Hitler, you know? So I'm glad that they always keep that. Like, okay, we need to do something historical. We got to stay in our roots. And to do that as your opener for the season.
Than the world's biggest capitalist versus the world's first communist.
The Neue Rheinische Zeitung was a German daily newspaper published by Karl Marx in Cologne. Don't get that close without some beard shampoo, son. You lived in Cologne and looked like you could have used some.
Yeah, that's great.
When me and Lloyd started writing this battle, we didn't know a thing about Henry Ford versus Karl Marx. We can make some jokes about communism, but the problem is we've covered communism, kind of. We made the "these rhyme scales are not evenly distributed" joke already. We can't make that one again. So we had to sit down and learn about what he actually said, what he actually wrote.
Teach according to.
And that shows just how much dedication they have to it. They're making sure they're not repeating stuff, they're making sure they're bringing up fresh stuff. And you saw, while reading up, like, dude just came up with a bar right there while reading up on dude. The fact that the way their minds work, the way that they can just get him out there like that, nothing but talent.
His needs. To Lloyd according to his knees.
I just read his books. I read the Communist Manifesto, which made me nervous. I read selected writings by Karl Marx, Das Kapital. It's so interesting when you read and you realize the things that he's saying that pertain to like the workforce and the labor force seems so normal to me now, but that was unheard of. No one had ever thought of it in that way. Human sweat equity as a product in and of itself. That was really the first steps of where Karl Marx was really important. Making it clear that the proletariat, the working class, was not to be undervalued by the bourgeoisie, the upper class.
In truth, what you produced were alienated working men who would clock into Detroit and lose themselves like Eminem. And now your Great Lakes State ain't exactly a great sight. You were worse for Michigan than Flint's water pipe.
That was so fire.
Henry Ford was a mysterious dude. He's great and kind of awful at the same time.
Come on,
True.
commie son of a bitch.
There was so much
True.
about Henry Ford that
It's like the biggest thing, the biggest example of that good and evil at the same time thing is like how he was the one who ushered in the 5-day work week. That was one thing that I did know about that. I know they touched on it a little when there was like the $5 a day rhyme. But to go deeper into that, yeah, he was the one who pretty much made it a thing, starting off with his own company, and then other companies just started following behind him when they saw that it was working. It was working because they found that, hey, people who are rested can actually do a better job when they go into work instead of having people work every single day, you know? But when you find out the reason why he did that, it wasn't to help the people. He was losing money because nobody had time to go buy a car. They were just working every single day. So he ushered in an idea of giving people 2 days off just so they can be encouraged to spend money so he could sell more cars. That was basically his entire focus. He didn't care about giving people, you know, more time off to get a breather and rest up, and it's better for your health and stuff like that. No, it was all about trying to capitalize and profit and everything. So it just so happened that the angle he went ended up helping us overall. So it's like, you can give him credit, but it's like, it's hard with this guy. You can't give him all the credit, especially when you know about everything else that, you know, he was involved in and stuff.
learned that didn't even end up making it in the battle, but we had to know about him. I don't think we made a joke about Thomas Edison, because he was a big homie of Henry Ford. They were buds, they were bros.
I'm a sick son of a bitch.
If you think about it, before cars, it was like dirt roads and horses, and because of Henry Ford, the entire planet looks different.
I'm a worker.
True.
On my assembly line. Slow. So I beat him till bloody pulp. That's why I feel like this guy. Cheerful about his atrocities.
How did I prepare for the role of Henry Ford? If you look at pictures of Henry Ford, there's a kindness to his face, but there's also something very stony. What is it about his face? I don't know how to explain it, but I tried to capture it a little bit.
You might not need to very much of it.
I'll say now, looking at the two, you gave a more psychotic looking version of him. Like when you look at that face, and it's like when you look at the actual pictures of him, it's like, yeah, a little bit of warmth, while at the same time in the eyes, it was like something I wouldn't trust him, you know, if I met him, just by the way the eyes and everything, I look at everything. But that look is just straight like, oh, this person is a little insane.
It's so fucking
Still a good portrayal though.
It's
overall.
a kind menace. Right?
Crazy, see, exactly.
Dangerous friendliness, dangerous cheerfulness.
Yes.
Evil.
You nailed it from that angle, yes.
man.
That's about right.
Okay.
I was eating some sticky gum and it got caught, and unfortunately I had to shave my entire mustache. I'm using it as an exercise in humility, but I can't wait for the bitch to grow back, you know?
Now keep the speech close and say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
So what kind of accent would Karl Marx have?
Well, he was never recorded, so we can't know for certain, but he was Prussian, which is basically now Germany. So his accent would probably have been sort of like German and maybe a little bit Russian, but not either of those things exactly.
How long have you been growing this beard, Karl?
Since I was 7.
But I knew it would have a base in German. So I'm studying the German accent by David Allen Stern. If you have to ever learn dialects, this guy's great.
The point of maximum vibration for the given accent or dialect. Now in standard American speech without an accent, which I just switched to, I personally use...
Come on, man. The air coming through your
And that's dedication right there, man. That's work ethic. This man went and basically learned a whole new accent, developed a whole new accent, a whole new speech pattern just for this one video. You gotta applaud stuff like that, you know?
Your mouth comes from a different place than when you're speaking as an American. It doesn't go over the tongue and under. It kind of goes straight through the tongue.
My conscience didn't cause mass grace, greed did.
It's not easy to do. I wanted to have it be not a stock German accent. Having done Hitler already, I sort of already burned this one. I also didn't want it to be too much like Gorbachev's accent.
Did somebody say Marx?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
The fact that he has the subtle changes in his accent from one character to another, even with the same perceived languages and stuff like that, or similar languages, just dedication, hard work.
J, K? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Did I just forget the alphabet?
Hello, friends. Welcome to a little peek into a couple of the post-production things of Henry Ford versus Karl Marx. So there's Henry Ford. It's just me standing in a green room. The first thing I do sometimes is add color to the footage. It comes out of John Na's camera in a raw format, so it's really flat. So sometimes before applying the chroma key effect, I'll boost the colors first, so the greens get really loud. There's a little trick we did.
I use that trick a lot. Boosting the color before green screening it out when I'm doing like my TikTok videos and stuff. Mainly, but my reason is because I have a very shabby green screen setup. So I have to do like extra hurdles just to make it work correctly. So I'm totally with you there on that one.
We're always looking for ways to get characters on and off screen in some sort of organic, natural feeling way. And this, it's just kind of rotating like a clock. That guy goes that way, this guy swoops in. Henry Ford leans in a little bit, so we just exaggerated that with this little turn. Here's an interesting sequence. Take a look. Henry Ford kind of dances around himself. This is actually a few different clips. This Henry Ford here is gonna go away. If I get rid of this front dude, you'll see that this Henry Ford, this Henry Ford, look, even the performance, I'm like, that sucks. Look, I turn around because I messed something up. But I just got rid of him and put a new guy in, a different take. So when you put the front guy back in, you can't tell. So it looks like the same continuous performance, but it's not. And then we'll render that out, just keep going, keep refining it, and eventually it's a video.
Oh, hello.
I've done little tricks like that
Tell
too.
my brothers Boffer, Bofer, Beaker, and Blooper that I'm gonna be late for the search for the golden ring. Just got a late start this morning. Shout out to the hair and makeup on this. They do immense work. I thought I was gonna be in the makeup chair for like 5 hours. I was in and out of there in 90 minutes. Bing, bang, boom. All of a sudden, I'm...
Okay.
I'm dropping you like Hitler dropped
Big up to the makeup team. Killing it.
You get that from books, but you didn't read shit.
To play Karl Marx, I kind of wanted to get in there. I wanted to feel what kind of a person he was.
I have a nephew who's a hedgehog.
What I kept coming back to was how agitated he was and how grumpy and itchy he was.
Give me a good crotch scratch for the Dick Boyle line.
He was like, he was always in sort of a grouchy mood.
I got out of bed for this!
Come to find out, he had a skin condition. It was called, hold on, I got it here, it's a really one. Hydrodentis suppurativa. Hydrodentis suppurativa. Hydrodentitis suppurativa. Suppurativa.
Hydradenitis suppurativa.
Fuck. But it made him very uncomfortable, and it always put him in a bad mood. And there's some theories that say a lot of the reason why Karl Marx wrote the way that he did was because he was always itchy and uncomfortable, and it just made him a big crank. And that is what gave us communism.
Wow. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny at the same time to think, if you want to think of it from that angle. A skin condition irritated an old man so tough that he ushered in communism. And look at it, think about it from that angle. It's hilarious. Just sorry, it is.
Wanna just give me like a mean mugging with the car? Yeah.
The benefit of being in Los Angeles / California is that there's a lot of things already set up here for the TV film industry.
I knew that there were car people in Los Angeles. I've seen an old Ford driving around my neighborhood. A lot of antique cars are around here, so I knew we could find them.
We looked around some stuff and we were able to find Rex, who had his own Model T and was so easy to work with.
You drove this here?
Yes, yes. I didn't want to pay for a trailer.
My mind is blown. That is wood.
Yeah, wood.
The thing has wooden wheels, man. And he drove it to the set. He was great.
They're early.
The fact that it's in working order is amazing.
Fantastic to work with people like this.
How fast does it go? 45, because you know the 110 freeway? That's what it was built for, these guys. That's why that little on-ramp thing is so short, because we didn't need that much speed to get going.
One of the things was, if you'll see in some of the behind-the-scenes footage, is that we shot the car part outside. We did not take the car onto the green screen.
Pete doesn't want to go inside. I'm also happy with not going inside. Just there's too much old gasoline, all that stuff in here.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna joyride in it?
Huh?
But then what we had to do is John and Andy had to come up with a system to shoot that car.
We don't know what we're doing.
It's all right.
If you didn't say it, green screen outside.
I don't believe you.
Got some green screen around it. I don't know how they did it, but they really got a nice warm light on there.
And that was all gonna be fine. And then the morning of the shoot, it was the hottest day so far of the year in Los Angeles. So it was a smoker. And something about the seats in that black Model
Isn't that
T,
the worst?
they
I
turned
knew it, the
into
seats.
butt ovens. It was toasty.
As soon as you said
I was
summer.
comforted the whole time that at least I wasn't Lloyd.
We're outside. I'm dressed like Hagrid, and I'm just filled with goop and grease and sweat. I was like, I guess this is how Karl Marx felt every day.
Oh my God, it's tough.
And
He's
helps you
such
get
a
into
trooper,
the
man.
role.
He never complains. But we got through it. It was fun to be on the Model T. It was fun to sit in it. I didn't actually drive it. I just kind of pretended and bounced around. But we had a good time.
I produce with my two hands. You're
I mean,
destitute tramp. Scheming.
Even just sitting bouncing around in it, that had to have been an experience. I'd have had so much fun, but I'd have been like, can we wait until like not the hottest day of summer? I know they had to been going through it.
The trade bootstraps in for food stamps. Any person tried to seize my private property.
Nice, very good.
We've been shooting in 2 days a lot, but today we're doing it in 1 day, mostly because we wanted to try to get Henry Ford and Karl Marx on set together so we can interact with each other, which always makes things a lot easier.
I gave 10 homeless guys malaria.
Yeah, no, I'm one of them, and I don't have any insurance.
And so, because we're on set at the same time, to help us direct, we brought back our very good friend, the very talented Ryan Moulton.
For a man who said this, you got an awful lot to say. I'd pay you $5 a day to go away.
Ryan Moulton reads Epic Rap Battles of History to a 3rd grade class.
Crammed with machines cranking out 4 severed fingers a week.
Ryan Moulton, one of our old editors from season 3, season 4, season 5, joined the crew in the director's chair. I took a step back. Oh man, did I enjoy it.
I'm so glad
No, I mean, that works for me.
Ryan just allowed Pete and Lloyd to focus on their characters and not worry about directing stuff. He can just then work with them to get the performance he needs. Having the editing background really can see things and be like, I'm going to use that, I'm not going to use that, or the editor will be able to use that or not use that. So it's great.
Like the biggest like profile image I've had in my mind so far is just like Marx going in for that. Like the end of his first verse.
Nah! Yeah, exactly. And that's
like Brazil.
Exactly.
Nah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think one of my favorite pieces of Ryan Moulton's editing work is the Austin Powers first verse. That was very much Ryan Moulton.
One of
the way
my
it flows
favorite.
together, the way the comedy beats are a little
One of my
unexpected.
favorite.
They're not just on the downbeat of the music. You got to see it. There's something special about the way he sees comedy. So it was really.
The Austin Powers one is one that I've rewatched so many times. I'm a big Austin Powers fan. I love those movies. The third one, meh, but the first two, great. You know, so when they did that one, oh. And the funny thing is, even though Austin Powers did not have he didn't win the battle at all. He did not have the best lines in there compared to everyone else and everything. He definitely was not the winner. But he was still my favorite to watch because of all of the theatrics. They put so much energy into just giving us as much of an authentic Austin Powers. I loved it.
Exciting to have him back. We're looking forward to having him direct again on our next one. Thanks, Ryan.
I'm one of a kind, you're always getting
Double OB, hey.
You may have seen this on our Instagram page, but we recently shot a class for a place called Studio.com, and it was a really amazing experience. We got to put cameras inside the studio for 2 full days and pick, write, record, demo an entirely new rap battle from start to finish. It's a really raw, fly-on-the-wall way to see how we write the raps that we write. If you'd like to take the class, we'd love you to check it out. Studio.com/ERB, links down below.
Ready?
I'm not a rapper, but I'm not a rapper, so not for me, but for those of you who are, there it is. Check them out.
I'm moving around, I'm Henry Ford, I'm testing if it's noisy on camera. The process of finding the suits was a little bit different on this one. Because we knew we were going to do it so far ahead of time, we were able to order pieces and own them. Normally we rent stuff, and in my case, I think I got it kind of custom tailored. I found this suit on Etsy that was this 3-piece suit. It's a nice suit, turned out good. Hey, I feel comfortable. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Then with Lloyd, I found a coat from his time period, and it was from the same area too. I ordered it from a seller in Germany, and we took it to a tailor here in Los Angeles and just made it a little bigger, a little wider in the back for Lloyd's. Lloyd's got the surfer swole.
These are all a little baggy. I got a lot of wind in me. Prepare to be rhinestone.
From your newspaper to your naughty factory, cross the pause. Frankly, Hank, it's clear as which side you are on. This battle's been applauded like that hemorrhage in your head.
Killed it with that
Thanks for watching the battle. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to jump in a little bit deeper on what we do and how we do it and even contribute a little bit, there's a Patreon page that we value very much. It's patreon.com/ERB. We have really affordable levels, and we'd love to have you come on into the fold, into the ERB crew. We'll give you a big hug.
You believe in Patreon, Karl?
What? It's exactly what we're all about.
Thanks for watching our behind the scenes. Thanks for watching our battle. We'll see you again soon. We've got a lot more stuff in the oven.
Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
I'm tired. Let me get this wig off my face.
Oh man, absolutely love watching these to get a insight on how things go and how they do it. It gives you that much more appreciation. You already love the song after hearing it, but you get that much more appreciation when you see the level of work they put into it and all the effort and everybody involved and stuff. So definitely go ahead, check this out if you want to hit up their Patreon. The link to the original vid is down in the description. On top of that, the original battle and my reaction to the battle will be in the description as well. So check out that. Check out, if you haven't actually watched the battle yet, I'm pretty sure you have already. And then if you want to see my reaction, if you haven't checked that out, go ahead. So anyway, y'all know what to do. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this one. Let me know what you'd like to see me react to next. Hit that like button before you go. Share this video with everyone you know. And subscribe if you haven't done so already, alright? So, till next time, take care of yourselves. And I'm out of here.